Welcome to part 3 of the operational system on my Great Northern Downunder layout. I do a little bit of freelancing, such as the switcher, which is actually a Chinese prototype but a beautiful running loco. It has a wow, as we've seen in earlier videos. I'm going to use it as the switcher today. Yard masters laid out the cards for the first job. These are all going to the town of Havre and the industries. All the locals are limited to 6 cars. Makes it easier for passing sidings and much easier to control the size of trains and how they run on a small layout such as mine. So these are the order in which they'll be blocked. At one end we have the reefer, and we have 2 covered hoppers to go to the silo. We have a covered hopper going to track 3, which is the cleaning track, and it says on the waybill it's for cleaning. And we go to track 2, chute 1, it's going to pick up some grain. And on the end, loading dock 5, it's either delivering bags or picking up bags. It's marked as empty, so it'll be picking up bags of grain or flour, whatever the customer has ordered. So we've called up our loco. We're going to pull the first string of cars and drop out onto the track in this side of the loco, ready for dispatch. Once we've got all the cars, they'll be blocked in the right order to make it easier for the operators. These cars will have come from other places not on the layout, so they've come from either east, west, north or south staging. They've arrived in the yard, now they have to be sorted into a train. Okay, we're going to back onto the train. Three whistles for reverse, which is programmed into the decoder. We've hooked up. We're going forward, so we're going to pull out a bunch of cars, which will be this covered hopper and the reefer out of this cut of cars. So we disconnect behind the reefer, and now we can go forward. We shut the throttle and she'll coast, and she should clear the turnout. Turnout is thrown, so we can now back the train down to the departure track. We don't have to run all the way down the track, just enough to clear the turnouts. We've uncoupled. Now we're going to go forward. We're going to come back into the spur. Because we only want one of the cupboard hoppers. Uncouple behind the car that we want, and forward we go again. Some people try to rush this, but this is part of the fun. So we're reversing back down towards the reefer. When you have someone new who wants to learn the yard, you put him as the golfer. He will look at the car cards and look for the number for the next car, so he knows where the cars are in the yard. The beauty of the car cards is they're self-correcting. I don't have to sit down with a computer or a whole ream of paper writing out switch lists, because the layout does get used in between operating sessions when I'm doing installs and testing locos. So just have to match the car card to the cars in the yard and you're all set to carry on. I can operate on my own with 1 to 8 people, and we can have a ball for 3 or 4 hours. Now I pull the next string of cars. One blast to stop. When we're ready to go, release the brake, and we get 3 blasts to let them know we're coming backwards. She's hooked up, so we go forward. We'll want the green and orange boxcar behind the gondola. And we'll want a couple of the hoppers down the end of the string. Normally while we're doing this, other things are happening. There are trains, anything up to 4 trains switching around the layout at the different towns, besides passenger and mainline trains. So we want this one, which is Great Northern 71227. The next one we want is 268, which is this one. Go forward again. I can sit on a nice high chair by the signal box and switch the yard without having to move when I'm on my own and feeling lazy. The next car we want is the covered hopper, 71363. So it's only a small yard, so it's straightforward, but still can take a bit of time. Can get intense when a few mainline trains have come and dropped off cars to go to places on the layout. next car we require is the box car. I can be switching without actually looking at the loco. The whistle code tells me what's happening. And I can hear where the loco is. The throttle's set to half speed, which maximum speed on this loco is 22, half speed's 11. I just use the direction button and the brake. Change direction, brake. And now release the brake and she goes forward. And we come and get the caboose. Brake. Release the brake and we go forward. Three whistles, she's coming back. She stops, we get the whistle. Release the brake and she goes forward. The cars are now set out blocked in the train, so they're in the right order for switching. The first three cars will be a trailing switch, a forward switch. The last three cars will be a trailing switch. Next step is to get a loco from the depot to put on the front of this train, and she's ready to go. The loco that's going out on this train is 3039. I haven't got car cards for cabooses yet, but that's not far away. So 3039 is currently parked on the turntable. She's been coaled, she's got oil. Oh, she's an oil burner, so yes, oil. Forget that. Loco's on the turntable, ready to go. It's an oil burner, so it's had its tanks full, it's got water, and now ready to move. Been standing, so cylinder cocks are blowing. She's ready to go back down. Now set the track up so she can go straight through the yard and back onto the train. The other option is she can come down just ahead of where the train is and let the switcher move the train and put it behind. So we're going to send the switcher out. Got to earn its keep. All the turnouts are dead frogs. go through a turnout that hasn't been set for you, you derail. There's no panic for getting trains set up to go out. There are a number of trains which come from different staging areas for switching. It takes the pressure off the yard master so he can enjoy his job. I know that's an unusual thing to say, but